Welcome to 3 with Z with me, Rob Kosovich. This is a podcast where a couple of friends get together and talk about pop culture and whatever's on their minds for the week. Joining me today is the Frank to my micro, Christian Z. Hi, Christian.
Hey, Robbie. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing all right, Christian. It's good to see you.
Good to see you, too. We're coming back from one of our best episodes. I want to thank the Fork in New York, Guillermo Lopez, again.
Thank you, Guillermo.
That was our first... and by the way, before we really start, I know I lose track of my thoughts a lot. I've been reading your YouTube comments, people. I want to welcome back Tony Walker, best producer in the world.
Welcome back, Tony. Thank you, Ira.
And we also wanted to thank Ira for filling in. He was absolutely amazing. Looking forward to working with him again in the future. His show, by the way, you should check out. It's called Circling the Drain, right, Tony?
That is correct.
You can see it on Governor's Podcast Networks. He's a very, very funny guy. Tony, he actually was in probably our best episode because we did a burger tasting. We did a blind burger test in here.
Son of a bitch.
We had our friend who's a food critic in. He blind taste tested the top 5 fast food burgers you can get. And then we talked about general food. But it was a very good episode. I want to bring him back definitely again soon. And yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody. I also want to say thank you to Mike Keegan. We did a show here at Governor's 2 weeks ago. You can check out Mike Keegan's show, also Hershey and the Keegs on the Governor's Network and wherever you can get your podcasts as well. But now, with my best friend here, I wanted to catch up a little bit. How have you been?
I'm doing all right, man. I've been working and playing a lot of Crimson Desert, and I kind of feel like that's all I've been doing.
This is not a joke. You look like you're actually down some weight. I wanted to say that. This isn't a jab.
Okay. I don't think so, but thank you.
You know, it's nice when you compliment your friend and they throw back a passive-aggressive fucking shot in the face.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I like your sunglasses.
The sunglasses, by the way, if we're going to get into the episode here, I'm not a big sunglasses guy. I don't wear these normally. I would like to say hi to my fiance, too, by the way. She's sitting here in the episode, just like a Yoko Ono used to do in the studio, and it worked out great for the Beatles. But this episode is going to be a little different. I had to kind of throw this together pretty quickly because this guest does not live in the United States of America. So we're going to have our first Zoom guest. Robbie does not know who this is. He does know who it is, but he does not know he's going to be on the show today. All right. The glasses are a hint. Now, I just want you to go through this again a little bit before we just go into some general topics here for the day. The guest is coming on. Okay. He has his own topic. We're going to speak to him. And why would you mentioned 2 people you think these glasses are connected to.
Right. The first one was Joey Janela.
Which was an excellent fucking guest, to be honest with you.
Especially because you brought up, you've been talking about wrestling, so I assumed it was wrestling adjacent at least.
Yeah. And who was the second one?
The second one I said was Matt Cardona.
Okay, those are 2 excellent guesses for these glasses, but then when you actually see who it is, it's going to blow. You're going to be like, yes, never mind. This is actually the connection to those glasses. But before we go into that, I'm going to bring you...
confused.
I know you are confused, and I'm very sorry. I normally don't like to confuse you. I'm lying. I absolutely love to confuse you. But before we do go into some stuff, we're going to do our topics for the day here. Yours, you wanted to discuss Memorial Day. Okay?
Yeah. Well, just Memorial's coming up next week, and I hate Memorial Day. Just because the expectations on the day, you have to go to a barbecue or see friends or do anything. Mm-hmm. So I dread it. I hate it. It's hot. It's terrible.
When you brought this topic up, I was a little dumbfounded because I thought you were going to be similar to me in this thought process when you said what are the things you like to do on Memorial Day or what don't you like about Memorial Day?
Right.
You and I always figured were the type of people who were working on that day. So it's become I hated 4th of July and Memorial Day for a long Labor Day too because I was always working a very horrible job that you needed to work on that day.
Yeah.
So I never got to enjoy it.
I think there's been Memorial Days I could have gotten off and I specifically did not have to participate.
Or you're working the next day, which sometimes it seems...
Yeah, that's even worse for Memorial Day.
It seems great the day before, you have the day off. You're like, oh, this is going to be awesome. And then, right when you're at the end of your day off and you know you have to work the next day, I don't enjoy the day off as much then. Anytime 7 o'clock hits the day before I'm supposed to work, even if I'm off the whole day, I feel fucking miserable about it.
I can't do anything else today.
Yes. The reason I also didn't discuss Memorial Day with this person is I don't know if they know what Memorial Day is.
Right. When you said we wouldn't talk about that later. That made sense to me that they wouldn't be. I assume they're not American.
They are not American, no.
Okay.
No, but what are you doing for more? Are you going out east for Memorial Day?
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm mowing the lawn. I think I'm officially becoming like a middle-aged man. I think I'm gonna mow the lawn, and I have some plans to. I have some vines growing on a tree, and I'm gonna take care of those. And I'm pretty psyched about it.
What is how even with this like 4th of July, Memorial Day, holidays that are very big in Nassau County or South Shore because it's a beach town. Are there no real fireworks out there? Like,
No, there's fireworks everywhere. Yeah.
Did they do festivals and carnivals like what's going on outside now?
Yeah. Yes, there's a big one in Greenport, but I can't remember if that's 4th of July or Memorial Day. I think it's Memorial Day.
So it's still Long Island. I'm judging it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm picturing a bunch of Quakers out there, all right.
It's vineyards. It's a mob scene. Like I wouldn't go out.
You'd say these are the busier weeks coming up for that area? Memorial Day.
Yeah, Memorial Day, 4th of July, Labor Day, and then. But I mean, all weekend, every weekend in the summertime is crazy.
Like Montauk busy, even for like Greenport, the opposite.
I mean, not quite Montauk, but
busier
similar,
than here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm definitely gonna have to come out eventually. I've been to Greenport probably 4 times for work, and once when I came out there for a family friend's event. And I guess I worded that very, very well. Yeah, you can give me a round of applause for that one. But it seems a lot more peaceful than Montauk or the South Fork. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's a little bit more low key. Not really anymore, but a little bit.
Is it getting worse? Is it almost
Yeah.
it's getting.
It's been getting worse for 30 years.
Once the Italians find out about it, that's it. That's it. I do want to discuss some random stuff here. We were talking about it a little bit today. Some stuff I wanted to hit on. I love my fiance, but the only real like 2 faults she has are
that's a great way to start.
We've discussed this openly before. We have the opposite taste in music, and I've never liked a TV show she's recommended. Okay, she totally went. She went back onto the board. She said, this is when the show came out initially, Euphoria, okay? She told me to watch it. She was begging me to watch it, and I had no interest in seeing the show at all. I didn't at first. I didn't, okay? Right. I turned it off. The second round of this, okay, I think part of it is because I became a bigger fan of Zendaya. I mean, every franchise movie she's in, I really enjoy them, and I do feel she's probably the best actor in those films.
Yeah, usually.
Yeah.
I didn't know who she was until she was in Spider-Man, and I was like, wow, this girl's great.
She makes the first one, and she's only in the last 10 seconds of it. I mean,
no, she's in the whole thing. You don't find out she's MJ until the last 10 seconds. But she's there making fun of Peter the whole time.
Oh, okay. So the big reveal is at the end when she says
that's MJ. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. So this show, I'm going to make a very bold statement here. Best second season to a TV show I've ever watched in my life.
Really?
I'm really putting it there. Now we get into, it's sad because my 2 favorite actors on the show passed away in between the 2nd and 3rd season.
Wait, what season are they on now? 3?
They're on
4?
3.
Okay.
And we are. It's not that we don't like. How do I say this? I probably would have liked the show on this season if it wasn't Euphoria. But the problem is there's been such a gap in between that the actors have aged.
Right. Are they still in high school in the show?
No, they've jumped. I wish I knew how many years. How many years do you think they've jumped, honey? 5?
Probably not.
Are they in college?
No, I think they're out of college. Definitely graduated. So they're somewhere. They went from their last year of high school to maybe somewhere in their early 20s. I'm going to take a guess.
Well, all right, that's better than Zendaya pretending to be a senior in high school.
Well, they were also in their late 20s. Like the girl who plays Maddie was like 31 when she was playing that character in the first season, second season. But the biggest complaint I've been seeing, and I do agree with it, is they've changed the characters so much from the first and second season to where the character Nate, who is Jacob Gilardi, who is an amazing actor.
Yeah.
He's shifted the character of Nate, and I don't know if it's blaming the writing more over like his choice in the way he's acting, but it's a completely different character now. Nate was very sadistic and evil and cunning. He was a very good bad guy in the first 2 seasons, and now they almost have him as like the slapstick comic relief. It's a very odd choice. Mind you, I would say recommend the first 2 seasons of this. I'll let you know where it goes in the third one.
I've had so many people tell me that I would really like the show. I just haven't gotten around to it.
One of the characters in the first and second season is so similar to a mutual friend of ours, it made me actually like very, very nauseous. It was a very good comparison to him. God rest his soul, Angus Cloud, amazing actor. And the character who played Nate's father, I can't think of his first name.
Oh, yeah, McDreamy from...
Yeah. Eric Dane.
Thank
See,
you.
yep,
Yeah.
there's the third host for the day, Eric Dane. He was incredible on the show, and it's very sad because you see in the third season, they did shoot some with him before he did pass away, and you see the ALS like really taking over. It's a terrifying disease because he went from this fully healthy guy to talking about some right side hand weakness, and he deteriorated in like 9 months. But rest in peace, also Eric Dane, a very very good actor. But I would like you to. You're not gonna watch it because
will eventually.
anything I recommend to you, you don't watch. And this is part of what we're gonna get into today. I do want to bring on our special guest for the day.
Yeah.
But before we do that, I would like you to reflect here, and I want you to think of some things as a friend, reasons that I get mad at you.
Sure.
What do you think are some things that I get upset at you about?
Me not answering the phone.
One, definitely.
Not dropping what I'm doing and watching whatever you recommend.
Okay. Are you on time?
Yeah, usually.
Okay, well, good. Well,
Not. You're usually coming to me, so there's not. It hasn't usually been an issue in our relationship.
so you're saying just because I don't put you in the position enough, you don't have the chance to be on time?
I think I've been on time most of the time.
All right, good.
I've been late to the podcast twice, but that's it.
That's like 60% of the time I've seen you, by the way. All right, so good. So we're going to go into this. The big hint was the glasses. I do want to bring on somebody. I had to reach out to somebody because I didn't know how to tell you this the right way, and it's obviously not sinking into you correctly. So I'm going to bring on, if we could pull him up right now. Is he in?
Yes. You guys will see him on that screen in a second.
All right, here he is. The best there was, the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. Ladies and gentlemen, Bret the Hitman Hart.
Shut the fuck up.
You got Rob and Christian here. Rob, I hear that you're late all the time. Late. That is so lazy. Kind of like how Gunther has a lazy shit style of wrestling. No, I don't understand why you need to leave the chops and the welts all over the guy all the time like that. I think it's so unnecessary hurting guys like that. And I hear that you never answer the phone either when people call.
I try, Brett. I try.
You never answer the phone. That's kind of like that time when I extended my hand to Hulk Hogan and he wouldn't shake my hand because I took out the belt and he wouldn't shake my hand anymore. And then he was supposed to drop the belt to me at the SummerSlam night. And we were going to do the finish was the sharpshooter in the middle of the ring. That bisexual friend of Vince McMahon told me that was the finish. And then Hulk didn't want to do it. He never put me over. He skedaddled over to the WCW. And I went over there a few years later. And it was run by that stupid idiot, Eric Bischoff. He never had a clue what he was doing. I'd go in there all the time and say, "How about you put me with Booker T or Benoit or Kurt Hennig?" And he'd say, "Oh, we can't do that because the sky is blue." Walk out of his office and be like, "Was he a reason?" We did the same finish every week, 800 NWO guys come running out of the ring. Maybe an elephant fly out of the squawk block. But instead, they decided to put me with Bill Goldberg, and he kicked me in the head. It cost me millions of dollars, 20 years of my career, and he gave me a stroke. I remember Kurt Hennig, he would tell me every night
I've been waiting for this one.
from taking all those spears from Bill Goldberg. Bill Goldberg was the shits. And Rob, if you don't start picking up the phone, you are the shits too.
I don't want you to think I'm the shits, Brett. I don't
9
want.
out of 10 promo, 9 out of 10 look, 1 out of 10 podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, big introduction here. A new friend of mine, Brendan Malloy, ladies and gentlemen. Give a big round of applause for Brendan Malloy here. How you doing, Brendan?
I'm doing good, guys. How are you? Thanks for having me on.
Now,
Really good.
Now that I could tell Rob how this happened here, Brendan's videos, the ones I've sent to you,
Yeah. You send it to me all the time.
all the time, tended to be. I was on the train home, and the algorithm was set from a lot of some of my favorite videos to watch on my ride home are Jim Cornette buries the universe and Bret Hart buries the world. Because he's so good at this impression, the algorithm has hit that he just popped up one day, and he does it line for line. Exactly like Bret Hart. And I laughed. One time I was severely under the influence. I laughed for like 45 minutes at the Kurt Hennig line always gets me. Look, he's taking, that's what he really looks like, by the way. But after sending that to you for so much, I wanted to have Brendan on. I messaged Brendan. I talked to him during the last snowstorm. Was going to have him on. He's a stand-up comedian from Canada. That's why. We were going to have you on for the first topic, Brendan. I do have a question, by the way. Do you know what Memorial Day is?
Oh yeah.
Damn it, I was wrong. We assumed Canadians didn't know what Memorial Day was.
You assumed. If I known it was Canada, I would have known. At least be aware of it.
And I'm so sorry for calling you Brandon. That's a big problem.
That's quite common, so don't worry about it.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. How'd you get into comedy here? With the choice for Bret Hart, I have a lot of questions about. But tell us a little bit about yourself. Talk about your cameo, your Instagram, where people can see you perform.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm actually in Albany, New York right now. But originally, I'm from Toronto. And I first got into comedy in 2017. I actually did a Second City in Toronto, and I did the stand-up class there.
Nice.
At Second City. And then performed all over Toronto as well. A lot of the reputable venues there. It's a pretty big comedy scene. And especially the last few years, I've been very active. And since... With the impression content, I've been doing that online since around 2021 was when I started doing posting impression clips, and the Bret Hart stuff kind of took off. I think it was 22. That's when I started to get a little more traction with those videos.
Who was your first choice to impersonate? Was it Bret?
No, Bret was total fluke.
Okay. Lars is the first one?
No, Lars, I didn't start doing Lars until December of last year.
Can you give Rob a little bit of Lars?
Yeah. Lars is fucking here. Talk about Saint fucking Anger. Bag of fucking trash can. The whole fucking album. That's right.
That's right.
That's right. This is the one where James was playing that fucking part. It sounded fucking stock. It sounded fucking stock.
He does the fucking hand gesture. It's amazing. When with these, are you impersonating people? Like, are you a fan of Lars and Bret, or it's that's another big question I had. Like, I always wanted to ask somebody who is from Canada too. Is Bret Hart as big a deal as we think he is, like, to Canadians?
Bret Hart's bigger in Canada than he is in the U.S. Bret Hart's a huge deal.
Huge.
But still, like, he's just still a big deal.
Bret Hart's still, big deal. I Bret Hart personally is like in my top 5 favorite all time.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's...
So, like, I'm not really, like... People have asked me... Like, people even if the iTown will get a comment, like, don't disrespect Bret or whatever, but, like, come on. Like, dude, Bret is one of my favorites. I'm literally just, saying exactly... These are literally direct quotes that he has said. Yeah. It's not like I'm making this shit up, right? No, Bret is one of my favorites, and I fucking love Metallica, too. I'm not really, like, shitting on Lars when I do those clips. Again, like, there's a lot of stuff he said that I'm just... re-inputting into the content, right? But
have you?
I don't personally. I like both guys. I have no issues with them.
Right, Lars is a funny one because he's obviously an amazing drummer. I love his music, but watching him talk can be like, wow, like this guy has very strong views about things.
Have you ever seen, I was going to ask Brendan this as well, one of my favorite other YouTube videos is the video of the producer of Metallica during the Saint Anger documentary running over his foot with the computer chair leg. Did you ever see that clip?
Yeah.
Don't fucking do that ever again. Wow, that was pretty decent. I watch enough Brendan videos where I can pick up some of the dialect left and right.
Yeah, that's good.
I do think Lars, I will say this now though, please don't be insulted by this, either one of you here. I think Lars is the most overrated drummer of all time.
I kind of think that's why the Saint Anger thing is so funny, is because that's the only time it ever really sounds bad.
It was that, yeah.
Like,
their album, one of my favorite albums was considered one of their... Death Magnetic, the guy who mastered that album took his name off of it. He felt it was so bad. But then they reproduced it, and it came out better, apparently. But my ear isn't that good with music to really notice the difference too much. I love that. I also love Saint Anger. I really do love that album. But
when they play the Saint Anger stuff now live, it sounds way better. My biggest gripe with Saint Anger is the production.
Yeah.
Yes. Lars's snare drum is very, very loose also on a lot of those songs.
Yeah.
Now, to get into this a little more too, just because you're new to the show here, each person does pick a topic that they were going to talk about. My topic I wanted to do after yours because I really did like yours. I texted it to Rob. I said the guest does have a topic here, and it's a very good one. So I would like you to introduce it to the audience here and what we were going to discuss, and then we're going to get into it. Okay,
cool. Yeah, so because I've already talked about wrestling and comedy, but another big thing for me is I love music. Huge. I like metal, I like grunge, I like a lot of rock music. So my question for discussion is, like, if you could see any artist, any band from any generation, who would you pick to see a live show?
Okay, I know the exact concert I would also like to be at. That's also why I brought this up. My favorite live song of all time, my favorite song of all time is Pearl Jam's Black at MTV Unplugged. That version specifically. But the show and band I would have loved to have seen, I would have loved to have seen Alice in Chains MTV Unplugged in Brooklyn, their last show there. That's it. I know it's a big one, but I love all three of them. My favorite band of all time is Nirvana, but coming from a generation, I missed that because I was born in 1990, so I grew up after the post-grunge era. Those guys, I mean, you got Cornell, you got Dave Grohl came from there, Cobain. It's just...
The first concert my brother ever took me to was Jerry Cantrell at Roseland Ballroom in New York.
Okay. You never told me that. Are you serious?
Yeah. And so, like, if I could go back and see Lane Stanley live, that would definitely be something I'd want to do.
Okay.
Like, that'd be amazing.
Can you tell Brendan your favorite concert of all time? Because I know what it is, and I bust your balls for it all the time.
So the best concert I've ever been to was Andrew WK in the city. It was a phenomenal show. Like, Christian always makes fun of me for thinking... He thinks Andrew WK is like not talented or something, but that first album's fucking terrific.
Oh, because he has so much amazing work after that to back up your statement.
I mean, yeah, but that album's amazing, and that was the best show I've ever been to. It was the energy behind it is just outstanding.
I used to make fun of you a lot more for that, but then I saw an opening act. They were opening up for, I forget the band I was seeing, but it was at Jones Beach. POD opened up for a band, and believe it or not, they put on a fucking amazing show. And I only know them from one song, too.
Yeah.
But, Brandon, let's hear your note. Who would you see live?
My pick would be Soundgarden.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
I mean, we all hit the same, like, I mean, Cornell might be... Is Cornell the best singer out of those guys, too, though?
Yeah.
Like
Cornell. I think Chris Cornell's the best rock vocalist of all time.
Over Mercury? They're different, though. They're very, very different. But
It's very different, very close. But I mean, Chris, like if you evaluated the tools of a musician vocalist, like in every single category, Chris Cornell excels at.
I can't even debate you on it. It's a hard sell not to do. I mean, Lane is amazing too, but I mean, Cornell is just. He also sang, I think, like Lane, even at his worst, like when he was very close to death, like the band he was in, they did Bad Season, that last album. I mean, he was even singing. They said he had no teeth left, and he was still hitting some notes. But that's no reason to say he's better than Cornell. But it's close. It's one or the other, man. It's really, really close.
Yeah.
What are some other bands you do like?
Oh, I love the stuff you guys mentioned. Alice in Chains, huge Alice in Chains fan. I love Pearl Jam 10 is one of my favorite albums of all time.
Yep.
Tool's one of my favorites. I fucking love Tool.
Right. That was the other concert that I know we missed.
We did.
It was Maynard's like 60th birthday, and it was.
Oh, Stanza?
Yeah, and
I saw that show last year. It was really good.
Yeah, we were supposed to go, and then we couldn't, and I really regret that.
Rob was probably sick or late, Brendan. That's probably why.
Yeah. Or he didn't pick up the phone.
Didn't pick up the phone. He's the shits.
I forgot what day it was.
I forgot what day it was.
I got kicked in the head.
You got kicked in the head. It cost me millions of dollars. But
never got to that concert.
All right, I do want to go into mine. We did go into music here a little bit. I'm pretty don't take this the wrong way, but us Americans, us Yankees down here, we do
Albany.
But he's converted to an American. He's coming. He's a lovely woman in his life that's brought him down to America. You know, but first of all, Albany is almost Canada to begin with. They have that Fargo accent, but us as Americans, we kind of, please don't take this the wrong way, we don't take Canadians' opinions seriously a lot when it comes to music, because I don't. But you probably know more than me at this point. You named some fucking stellar goddamn picks right there, my friend. I do want to hear who you think names. I do my top 10 wrestlers of all time. If you want to start this one, obviously, is Bret Hart number 1?
How I did it is I ranked the guys in 5 different categories, and I totaled each category out of 10.
Okay.
And so I got a metric, I got a tangible number for each guy, and that overall score is how. And I'm actually kind of surprised how it played out. And there's some guys who I never thought would have been left off, got left off.
Okay.
They're higher, so it's kind of interesting. So I score them out of 10 for in-ring work, their ability to draw money,
Sure.
their gimmick, their physique, and their promo work.
Okay.
All right.
So at 10, I had Shawn Michaels, a 42 out of 50.
Fuck you, Brendan. Keep going. He's number 1.
So 8 and 9 was a tie with Triple H and Roman Reigns at 43. 7, Macho Man Randy Savage, 44 points.
Okay.
And then the next 4, so 6 through 3 is a tie. Flair, Taker, Cena, Hogan.
Wow.
That's hard to argue with.
Wow.
Austin is number 2 and The Rock's number 1.
Rock's number 1.
You just hit Rob right in the dick, buddy. I've had this exact argument with Rob before about The Rock.
I just don't know if he has the longevity.
That's the thing that's not factored in. Like something like to me, I cannot fathom not having Bret Hart in the top 10 of all time. Like, but Bret Hart was like number 12. I had Sting at 11.
He
Right,
put Michaels before Bret,
Well,
though.
but so is that the drawing money is bringing them down because they're part of new generation?
It's like Bret. I had in ring. He's a 10.
Right.
Draw. He's an 8. Gimmick 8. Physique 8. But his promo's a 6.
Fuck, you're really honest with that, too. All right, but we also go into this because I've talked about The Rock before with you, Rob. The Rock is the most famous wrestler of all time.
I think Hulk's still more famous than him.
No, meaning, now I'm going into
With
his
the Rock's
acting.
popularity on social media and the movie star, he's the biggest star.
He's bigger than wrestling now.
He's transcended wrestling. Hulk never transcended wrestling.
Yeah, the
ever.
fact that The Rock's a wrestler is like a footnote now.
Yeah. Now to also talk about the reason why I told you to go fuck yourself. Love you, by the way, Brendan. I wanted to show you. Shawn Michaels is not only a personal hero of mine, but I have a Shawn Michaels. I have the same tattoo as Shawn Michaels on my tiny bicep right here. The one he has up here, I got it down here. I was severely under the influence when I got that tattoo, but a lot of my tattoos are for people to laugh at, and I openly know it when I get it done. But I remember when I came to your house and I showed you that one.
No, it was a good one.
I think Shawn.
It's still funny.
All right, I'm going to do my 10 here. I mean, that was another round of applause for Brendan. That was an excellent list.
It's a hard list to argue with. Like,
especially your middle column with putting he did Flair, he did Taker, he did Cena. I mean, I hate putting Cena in there because I didn't watch wrestling as much during his era. But if you think about it, when they say he carried the business, I mean, he's been the guy for 20 years.
Yeah.
I mean, so much so that he's not retired really. He's still he's still making appearances. They're doing the whole John Cena Classic for him. I mean, but all right, my top 10. Okay.
just out of curiosity, what was Cena's in-ring work on your scale?
I had 9.
Oh, I disagree with that.
I will say when you look at some of I know people like to shit on Cena for saying he only has 5 moves or whatever. When you look at some of the best matches in the last 10, 15 years of the business, his ones with Shawn, AJ Styles, CM Punk. Cena has had the match of the year multiple times. Even last year, he had the match of the year with AJ Styles.
All his matches with AJ are phenomenal.
But how much of that is AJ though?
But Cena across the board is having great, and this is my opinion. He's having great matches across the board with guys like Edge.
Yeah.
His match with Edge. Like I was at the one in Toronto when he FU'd Edge off the ladder.
Nice.
He's had great. He's been having. I think the hate on Cena's in-ring work is forced, and he's had. Like I said, if you look at the last 20 years, he's had the match of the year probably 5-6 times. The triple threat with Brock and Seth was the match of the year.
Yeah.
Seth match of the year. Styles 3 times. Punk twice.
Oh, can I ask you that as a Canadian? What's your opinion on CM Punk?
I mean, I think Punk's a very polarizing guy, but again, his body of work, especially in ring, speaks for itself. Even like his match at Mania this year, like he knocked it out of the fucking park.
We went to one of my favorite, one of the best days I've ever had with Rob in my life. Rob took me to SummerSlam front row in the family section, and we sat there right behind Stephanie McMahon and Nick Khan, and it was it was such a good time. I stopped drinking to enjoy it, like, clear-headed. I said that to you, like, 3 matches in. I said, I am not drinking anymore because I don't want to ruin this.
And Gunther and Punk had a phenomenal match.
Phenomenal.
It's underrated. I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Punk, but I think he just grates me. I think he's just a great bad guy. I want to see him get beat up.
Did you see he's getting...
I just never understand when people are cheering for him.
The gimmick that I don't know if this is if I'm being a big mark or not. Did you see him hit the phone out of the phone's hand?
Oh, at the airport.
Yeah,
but good for him.
But is he's getting sued? Do you believe he's really getting sued for that, or no? It's all. Do you think it's a work?
Yeah, because that's some guy at the airport that's trying to get photographs and autographs and stuff
Of his wife,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's a piece of shit. And
Wait, who's the piece of shit?
the guy taking pictures of people at the airport.
thought you said he was-
yeah, of course he's gonna sue. I don't know if this guy's gonna win, but
Call 911. Like, are you for real, man?
Did you hear the 911 call?
no, I didn't.
It's absolutely amazing.
Well, I mean, Tony Khan was scared for his life from Punk. Maybe this guy was scared for his life too.
That's my favorite wrestler of all time is Tony Khan. His one match against the Young Bucks. It solidified me. That's it. We're big Tony Khan haters, by the way. We were early. I am. I thought you were on board with me. You're
No,
not.
I love Tony Khan.
He betrays me all the time, man. To do my top 10, some of them here. I also want your, once again, I'm going to keep saying this, your Canadian opinion on a lot of these wrestlers. Right now, my number 1 is Shawn Michaels. 2 is Ric Flair. 3, I'm going to go Dynamite Kid. 4, I'm going to go Stone Cold. 5, I'm going to go Kenny Omega. 6, I'm going to do Brett. 7, I'm going to do Benoit. 8, Taker. 9, Macho Man. Oh, God, am I going to do this right now? And then my 10th, I'm probably going to put Cody Rhodes in there as 10 for what he's done for the business of wrestling. I know that sounds like an amateur list, but those are also, I'm also doing it a factor as like the guys I really like loved and connected to a lot, you know? I just said that about an adult man that I love and connected with somebody, but my number 1, of course, is Shawn. I know you're going to disagree with that.
I go back and forth between Brett and Shawn, who I think is really like the best ever. I think Shawn hit certain higher heights, but I think Brett was more like consistently great. I really, really respect guys who like go out and make everybody look great.
Yeah.
And I think Brett is the number 1 guy for that ever. Like my personal favorite wrestler ever is Mick Foley, and so he's not in their top 10. But some of the best matches for a lot of the guys in the top 10 are with Foley. So, Undertaker's best matches, Triple H's best matches, The Rock's best matches.
What? I never thought of that like that.
He wasn't the draw. He wasn't the guy, really. But he made a lot of guys. And
You could make an argument he was probably one of the best supporting guys the company ever had.
Yeah.
If not definite, yeah.
And I personally love Vader, and I think a lot of that is just how great Foley made him look. So he's like underrated, but he was out there fucking doing it, man. Like
what I would have talked
love
about,
Mick Foley.
he mentioned one, and I want to know if he thinks he's underrated. How do you feel about Edge and Christian?
I was always a big fan. I always thought Christian was underrated because Christian is someone you can put like anywhere on the card. Tag, opener match, mid card, even slide in the main event occasionally. Like honestly, my personal opinion, I think maybe Christian was maybe Randy Orton's best in-ring opponent, chemistry wise. Their feud they had in 11 was some of Randy's best single in-ring work. Was with Christian. I think Christian's underrated. I know Vince wasn't the biggest fan. I kind of see maybe some things Vince is saying, but I thought Christian was better than Vince did. I always was a big Edge fan. Like when he was with Lita in 2006, that's the ultimate heel, man.
I think Christian's problem was just that he was standing next to Edge for so long that you kind of like get outshone and Like someone, they just decide that you're Marty Jannetty. Like
Yeah.
it's just, and he's like, no, he's great too. Like
He's also they had to push one of them when they broke up as a tag. I've also heard some of Christian's best work, and I've heard this with Kurt Angle too. Some of his best work is actually in TNA, and we didn't even because I didn't watch TNA at the height of it.
his TNA stuff's amazing.
I heard that, and I heard Kurt's best matches are also in TNA.
Kurt says that his best matches were TNA, which I'll be honest, I haven't watched enough of that stuff to believe, but I kind of believe that because Kurt, like on his way out in 06, was when he was like the wrestling machine gimmick, like that. Like his match with Taker was unreal. That was one of the last big matches he had in the way out.
Yeah,
was the one with Taker, and I do believe that.
yeah. And then I mean, he's in TNA with like Samoa Joe and AJ Styles and stuff. Like he had great opponents in TNA
Yeah.
to like bounce off of.
Another one of my other favorite YouTube videos. Have you ever YouTubed Perk Angle? Have you ever seen those clips?
Did you see his interview when he said, "I wish people would stop calling me that"?
Yeah. Did he?
Yeah, it doesn't feel great.
Are you trying to make me feel bad for?
You should feel bad.
I'm not the one taking 72 Vicodin and then doing the best work of all time. If I took 72 Vicodin and was the best comedian of all time, you can call me Perk Z all day. All day. I'm sorry I admire you, Kurt. Jesus Christ. But, yes, those are some of my favorite videos. Rob, hit me with some of yours here other than Mick.
All right. Right. Then it's Sean and Brett. I love Kevin Nash. I know he's not the best in-ring worker.
He's one of my favorite
He's
people.
fucking awesome.
He's such a good guy.
Like, I love the NWO. That whole run, even though it gets so convoluted and so bad.
Were you
quickly.
NWO more so than DX as a kid?
Yeah, absolutely.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I like DX too, but it was definitely more NWO.
When you were flipping channels back and forth like every other person who was a wrestling fan in the 90s, would you say you stayed on WCW more or you went
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Because I wanted to watch the whole mid card in WCW. I wanted to see Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio and
So you would start with WCW.
Chris Jericho, Dean Malenko, like all those guys.
You would watch the early
DDP. I fucking love DDP.
DDP, another amazing human being, by the way.
Yes.
But Kevin Nash, I also there's some people in life, and I this isn't any occupation, and when you see them speak regularly, you're like, I admire people who do another profession really well, and then I see them, and they're also a very genuinely funny person. Kevin Nash is a genuinely funny human
He's
being.
hysterical, yeah.
He is, and his podcast is just it's amazing. It's really, really, really funny. All right, so you're putting Kevin Nash up there. I'm shocked you haven't said one yet. I'm not saying it until you finish your guess.
You're talking about Kenny?
But Kenny has to be.
Yeah, Kenny. You have strong feelings about Kenny Omega?
I never really watched a lot of AEW.
Okay.
So I probably have, like, I was actually, okay, I saw him wrestle live once at the Forbidden Door in Toronto. It was the one that, I think it was the first or second time he wrestled Ospreay.
Osprey's amazing.
I mean, Osprey.
So
It was the one, I don't remember, it was the one where he put Kenny in the crippler cross face.
yeah.
Oh, right. Wait, is that the one that ends in the Tiger Driver 95 where he drops him on his head?
It's the one where they're bleeding and Ospreay like takes his blood and licks it.
That we watched that match. We watched that. That was horrible.
Yeah. I mean, that what a match that was.
So
we saw Kenny with Brian Danielson at what was it, the
no, that was at Arthur
Grand
Ashe.
Slam.
That was at
Is that
Arthur
what it was
Ashe.
called?
Yep.
And like they did the hour-long draw, and that was just fucking phenomenal. The worst thing about that was that they opened the show with that, and then like you were just exhausted by the end of it. You know.
Yeah. To tell Brendan the reason I watched wrestling, I would think, until I was 13, like right after the Attitude Era ended, and when I stopped watching it altogether. But when you're watching YouTube or I always kept up with like the lore of it and everything like that. And when I became friends with Rob in like my early 20s, we weren't going to go out one night, and he said, I'm going to watch wrestling. And I hit him with the unthinkable line of all time. I said, don't you know that shit's not real? And the face he gave me, he was so repulsed by what I said. I was like, oh, it's a joke. And he goes, no, it's not a joke. It's terrible what you just said. And he goes, I want you to watch one match with me and you tell me if you don't enjoy it. And he got me in. The first match we watched back as an adult, I was probably like in my 20s, was AJ Styles versus Kenny Omega it was in the Tokyo Dome for New Japan. That match blew my fucking... Oh, no. I'm sorry. I'm lying. It wasn't Kenny. It was Nakamura and AJ Styles. And then
Or AJ's last match in New Japan.
and then he had me watch the 3 Kenny Omega versus Okada matches. You seem like, once again, don't seem, you are a big wrestling fan. Those matches, if you could watch those 3 Kenny Okadas in New Japan and that AJ Nakamura, you'll understand what we're talking about, why I put Kenny in my top 10. He's also amazing. And I also like him because Jim Cornette hates him so much. I tend to really like the characters that Jim Cornette fucking despises. So, all right, so you put Kenny there. You're at 5 right now.
Was that it?
You haven't put Flair in yet.
Yeah, Flair. Yeah, Flair. I'll put Flair at 6 and put Taker.
You have to.
I have weird feelings about Taker because I think I missed a lot of his like really great matches, like the later end of the streak. I wasn't really watching wrestling, and so like when I think of Taker, I think of him with like Giant Gonzalez at SummerSlam and stuff.
So were you watching it when he did Sean's retirement match, or you just heard how great that match was?
I went back and I saw it later.
Okay, all right, which is an amazing match.
No, it's amazing. Yeah, both his matches with Sean are great, and Hunter. Who else would I
You're
put
not putting Benoit in.
No, I can't.
Yes, you can.
No, I can't.
I did it. I was man enough to do it.
Good for you, man.
How do Canadians feel about Chris Benoit?
I mean, I think it's probably universal.
That was the best reaction.
Yeah, it's amazing. Oh, Chris Jericho. I'll put Chris Jericho at 7. Right
Nice pick.
I love Chris Jericho, and he's been entertaining me for like 30 years.
We got to go to a Fozzy show, by the way.
I'd love to see a Fozzy show.
I would love to see a Fozzy show. Brendan, you want to come down for a Fozzy show one day down here?
Really nice guy. I met Chris at a Metallica show last year.
Really?
That's fucking awesome. He is a very like don't meet your heroes, they say, but is he a nice guy to meet?
Yeah, he was super nice to my girlfriend. He was really nice.
That's great to hear.
I will say the first time I ever did a comedy show ever, it was here. It was on Long Island. It was at the Brokerage Club. Mick Foley did like a half an hour.
Right, he's doing his one-man show.
He was doing his one-man show here, and I was so nervous to go on stage because I never did comedy before. And not only did I have to battle with that, but then I had to say hello to one of my heroes. He gave me a big hug, and he was sweating as all hell. And he goes, "Good luck there, kid." And I don't even think he didn't stay to watch, but I pretend. I tell people he watched and clapped. I absolutely do.
I made Mick Foley laugh.
I made Mick Foley laugh. Yeah. But he also lives one town away from us. He's in Garden City. He's very, very close. But I don't run into him anywhere. I don't think he's like a big Stop and Shop guy down here, or,
No,
Dick's Sporting Goods.
I don't think so.
Another one I did want to ask. You got 2 more you're going to rattle off? Because I do have another question I want to ask, Brandon.
Yeah, go for it. Let me think about it.
We discussed impressions. We discussed wrestling because you are a stand-up comedian. I've also watched. I admire impressionists because it's something I can't do. The only people I can impersonate are friends of mine, and they're not famous. So the only way I could get famous from it is if they got famous and then I got famous in a reaction to doing an impression of them, which is not going to work out. So I admire your work. Hilarious. Your Batman is great. Lars is fucking hilarious. The Trump stuff. I normally don't like Trump ones, but you throw a unique spin on it, which I really like. The Trump in the bathroom at Walmart. Different Trumps you've done are great. Give me some of your favorite, from watching your stand-up on your Instagram, give me some of your favorite stand-up comedians of all time. You don't have to do 1 through 10 or rank them, just some people who are in your wheelhouse of inspiration.
Yeah, for sure. I like Don Rickles a lot.
Nice fucking pick.
I like Don Rickles a lot. Robin Williams, too, was a big one. I like Robin stand-up. And some guys right now who I like Jeff Dye.
Jeff Dye, very good, too.
Yeah, Jeff Dye is good. Ben Bankus is a good comedian. I don't perform like he does, but he's a good Ben Bankus is a good show too. Adam Ray. I just saw him. He was good.
Adam Ray is fucking outstanding. I'm not a big Tony Hinchcliffe guy, and he did get Adam Ray famous, but I'm very, very happy that he did. His stuff is amazing. He's very similar to you, where it's not just I'm watching you to do impressions. Like, the material is very good too. He does an amazing Batman bit. I don't want to ruin it. Everybody check out his Batman.
Or ENDAN MALLOY. That's my Instagram username.
We got to get you down here. You got to come to New York. You got to come to Governors. You got to do some shows down here. People would absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Some of mine here, because I have this discussion with comedians a lot, like who are their favorite. My trinity of comedians. I put Lenny Bruce like as the Jimi Hendrix of comedy because he was so revolutionary with and everything. And then if you were going to do like the Trinity of the Cross, I would do Bill Hicks, Richard Pryor, George Carlin, and he put Robin. Robin is really good. And then Louis and Chappelle, depending on the joke, depending on the day. Those are my top comedians of all time. I always say like dead and living, but I love Louis C.K. so much. I mean, he's one of the funniest people I've ever seen ever. He performed at the Brokerage Club, and he's somebody like they say don't meet your heroes. When I met him, I wasn't disappointed by it, but I was disappointed that he's not the Louis from the TV show. You know that
he's more like a guy,
a regular human being. Yeah. Like I love Larry David, and I've heard Larry David is exactly the same way as he is on the show as he is in real life. Like Louis is not. Like he's very, very calm and quiet. He's very much subdued. But you agree with my list, Rob? Comedians?
I like your list. Yeah, that's great.
Who would you say your favorite comedian is of all time?
Probably Carlin.
Yeah, you can't go wrong.
You can't leave. I'm surprised they even left Carlin out. Carlin's pretty much in everyone's list, I think.
Yeah. It almost feels like a cop out to even bring it up.
Yeah, and Pryor is absolutely amazing. His daughter Rain produces shows down here at the Brokerage a lot. I've worked with her. She's very, very funny. And it's got to be tough. If your parent was the best at what they did, I do admire the children who do it, and they do it well. It's very unique. She's not doing like I'm Richard Pryor's daughter, and here's like my comedy. Like it's her own shtick, and it's very, very good. Shout out to Rain Pryor, by the way. I haven't seen her in a very, very long time.
I saw her at one of your shows too. She was really good.
She was, yeah, and it wasn't just the whole thing. That's what I thought. Like, because
I don't think I even knew it until you told me later.
I did shows with Kelly Carlin in the city a few times, and also too, she does also like when she does interviews, she discusses a lot about her father, and like I get it. Like your dad is amazing, but her stories were where like she tells you funny things like from his life that you didn't know about, which is always like a different aspect of it, a different way of looking at it. So, but Brendan, I enjoyed so much having you on the show here today. I would love to have you back on. We got to keep in touch. Please give us your Cameo, your Instagram, your Facebook, everything, so people can look to see all this material.
Yes. So if you go to my Instagram _Brendan Malloy, you can order cameos through my link tree and do personalized videos. So like a lot of people, like I just roasted someone this morning as Bret Hart. People love to do that. Or like Mother's Day we just did, and Father's Day's coming up. Maybe you have a father who's a two-faced lying chicken shit like Shawn Michaels. Or they're a 9 out of 10 promo, 9 out of 10 look, and a 1 out of 10 father like Hulk Hogan.
1 out of 10 father like Hulk. I do have to. I was curious to ask you, because you were telling me about your girlfriend. Is it weird being in a relationship where like she could come home and you're dressed as Bret Hart, and your job is to do these cameos where you're insulting people as Bret Hart? Like, did she ever walk in with like groceries and you're in the middle of cutting a promo as Bret Hart?
No, but the first time the dog saw me with the Bret Hart gear on, it freaked out.
9 out of 10 dog there. 9 out of 10 dog protecting the home. But Brendan, thank you so much. We loved having you on.
Yeah, thank you so much, Brendan.
Definitely keep in touch. I want you to come down here, do some shows at Governor's. Have a good time. Tony, wanted to say goodbye to you too. Welcome back. Are you going to be back?
Probably, yeah.
Probably? Okay. All right, good. We miss Tony very much. Love you guys. Wanted to give a shout out. Rob, you want to send him off? With
See you around, kiddo.
See you later, bud. Have a good one, Brendan.
All right, thanks for having me on, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.